Okay, James from Warrior Martial Arts Supply. In this video is going to be our instructional assembly video for the traditional freestand. It's very simple to assemble. All you need is called a screw gun, a 7/16 wrench, or an adjustable wrench, or both, and a small 2-foot level should do. Okay, we're going to start by all of the boards. I already put one screw in just to save time for the video. And I'm only going to put one screw in, but everything pretty much is going to be pre-drilled for you. And there's basically 2 screws going on the ends of each one of these boards. So first we're going to start off with the front 2. You need to use these as a spacer plate. Joe, if you could just zoom in here. You want this board to be even to this edge here. It's spacing this one. Okay? Once you have that, you'll see why later. Put this one in. Same on this side. And you also want to make sure we're flush on the ends. Okay, then we move on to the back. You have 3 of these 2x4s. They're 67 inches long. I make these somewhat even to the back here. A slight little reveal back there. Okay, once you have that part mounted to the frame, that's going to give you some support when you erect the vertical pieces. We do mark for you on the insides of these mortise R and L. So basically R is for right, and that's going to be when you're facing the stand. So when you're facing the stand, it's the right side. The vertical piece will fit right into the slot. Okay, again, for time, I'm going to just put one in, but you're going to put 2 on each. You go washer through the pre-drilled hole, and then we have the locking nuts, which go on the inside. Okay, I'm going to repeat this on the other side. Okay, again, washer. Washer and lock nut. Okay. Next is where you're going to use your level, and you'll see better from the other side, but we're going to mount this piece back support, and the way I like to do it is just hold it roughly where it goes. Make sure you're not overhanging the back, and just check to make sure that your vertical part is level. Okay, so that's level right there. Okay, now double check it. Still level. And now you tack in the back. Okay, that's obviously going to repeat on the other side. I usually let that back corner hang about 1 inch from the back. Okay, now check the level once again. Okay, next is going to be the supports, which are going to keep this stand from going right to left. This is what we just put on is to front to back support. Now this is right to left. And we're going to use these pieces here. Joe, if you can come around behind me. Okay, if you notice, these boards have to go a certain way. You can see these holes are far from the edge. That's going to go to the 4x4, which is wide. These holes are close to the edge. That is going to be for the front 2x4 here. And that's why we had to have that spacer put in on that first board, so this lines up properly. Okay? And the best way to do this is I'll actually use one of these or another 2x4 and hold it flat and slide this until it goes flush to the outside. Once that's flush to the outside, we're going to pin this here. Again, that's just one or two screws. Next, we're going to use our level. And now we're going to level this right to left. And your screw. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Okay, basically same thing on that side. We're going to repeat for that front piece. Next is the last board, which is going to go across the top here. This you're going to need a hand with, so I'm going to call my helper Joe in, and he's going to give me a hand holding this while I secure it. Okay, with a helper holding one end and the screws already started, you're going to basically attach this flush to the side and flush to the top. Okay, that's the majority of the stand assembly. Next, we're going to show you how to mount the dummy onto the stand and adjust the height properly. Okay, next, the way to set the height very easily on a traditional freestand, we're going to show you now. This is again something that you can use a hand with. I'm not actually going to drill into the stand because this is a customer's and I'm not sure what his height is. But the best way to do this is set your dummy up. If you can show down there, I just have a small wooden box. Obviously you're not going to have this, so any kind of books or something, whatever you need to raise up the dummy to the proper height wherever your arms are comfortable falling out in your stance. So some people like it chest, some people like it shoulder, armpit, whatever height is comfortable for you. Once you find that height with whatever you have underneath your dummy, now you can proceed to mount this to the stand. Again, we can't pre-drill because we don't know each and every customer's height. So the way you're going to go about this is once the dummy is at the proper height for you, you want to make sure that this beam is up against the top portion of the mortise inside the dummy and that it's level. Once you do this, have somebody mark with a pen or pencil very lightly where they belong. Once you identify where this belongs on here at the proper position, you're then going to take an 1/8 inch drill bit and drill through the pre-drilled hardwood beam. Then you're going to use the lag bolt, which we supply with the washer, and you're going to basically repeat that same process for the bottom. What's important is that you do use the level and that you do lift up and make sure, because there is play in the mortises in the trunk, so you want to make sure that that's up tight against there, so that when you do remove the books or the block from underneath your dummy, now you're going to have even pressure on there. As well as that, you're also going to have dummy bumpers, which we're going to supply. They're little rubber discs which go to the right and left of your dummy. You can use them if you like. Some people like the dummy to slide back and forth. It's up to you. If you decide you do want to use the bumpers, it's important to center the dummy on the slats and then give yourself about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of space, so when you do your side palm strikes, the dummy will slide somewhat to the right and to the left. You'll have about 4 inches of travel that way. Again, if you do have any questions, you feel free to call me when setting up your new dummy on the traditional freestand. Warrior Martial Arts Supply, 570-619-5147. Thank you.